Hey, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Making a Mark with Atari Estes. And today we're going to continue on our series for Mental Health Awareness Month. I have some catching up to do because I am learning to actually, one, stay dedicated to what I said that I'm going to do from my previous podcast. And two, I want to be feel liberated to be as free and flowing with information that is educational and inspiring, and it may be a little entertainment every now and again. I mean, I'm not always a stickler to just information, and we know we are in hard times with the coronavirus taking over our lives globally, and we are at a place in our lives to where a lot of things are uncertain. The economy is trying to rebuild itself, and we have not even completed our first phase of what that looks like. So with all that is happening, I am creating real talk. Sometimes it's going to be heart to heart. Some of it, like I said, is going to be inspirational, motivating. I want to have you all engaged, and I want to be able to know the things that you would like to hear coming from me. I am multitasking all day, every day, and I want to be able to just hone in on my craft of podcasting, my new baby, and the other projects that I'm doing. I don't want to give it half of me. I want to be very much so 100% in. There is nothing like hearing a podcast or following somebody on their YouTube channel, and they are not knowing exactly what they are presenting. And for me, I'm learning. I've gone through a whole lot in my life, is why I feel the need to share with others, hoping that I can show you that you're not alone and be able to share hope with you. And I know that may seem bleak because everybody is not feeling as excited or feeling motivated. You know, a lot of depression is surfacing, a lot of anxieties. Suicide rate is pretty high. And that's because we are going through a change in our life. And guess what? Wherever you are at this appointed time, listening to this podcast, it's okay. It's okay that you're not feeling okay. It's okay that you just may need this. I'm hoping that what I'm sharing and what I'm going to be sharing from as long as I'm able to share, I'm going to come on here as much as possible because I want to be connected to the community. That's what I do on a day-to-day basis, and my journey has come from a lot of things that I can say I triumph. So I want to be able, and it's not like I don't know what to say, I just don't want to overshare, and I don't want to be feeling like it's, where's she getting to? Yeah, I know I'm supposed to get to the point, right? So if you're still listening, I want to thank you for one, listening in to the podcast, and hopefully that it is going to be able to help you. But I do have something to say pertaining to Mental Health Awareness Month. I said I was going to do a series for the next work day of this month. I plan to make up for a day that I wasn't able to broadcast due to the fact I was dealing with real life mental health issues pertaining to my daughter. I did share on my first series that, I have loved ones who battles with mental health. And with that being said, it's not easy for the caregiver, but it's not easy for the person who's actually diagnosed with it. Let's be clear. I don't know how she's feeling. I'm just trying to be here of the hopes of helping her and any of my other loved ones. I mean, we have a lot of different cases that are happening within our family that experience a lot of different things with their mental health. I have suffered, and at times I know when I need to unplug and recharge because it will be messing with my well-being. And I want to be able to show you all that you are okay. If I can coach you through life tips, tools, practices, how to do this, that, and the other, I'm going to do that. I'm a community health worker, so that is really what I have been divined in my purpose to do, and that is to help the community with their health. Health and wellness is my main focus. Alternative health is what I do. Everything don't work for everyone, so my goal is to help you personally attack and build out what you are aiming for. Not what I want you to have, but what your personal goals are. And with that being said, I do that with my daughter. What I'm finding out with her condition, and by us living so close, when you have a loved one, they tend to behave in a passive aggressive. It'd be tension. I can be honest. It'd be tension in the air, and it is stressful. It's not just stressful for her, it's stressful for me. And what that looks like, I have to be the one who being patient, and patience is a virtue. And for those who have a loved one that has any type of mental health illness, whether it's bipolar, dementia, or schizophrenia, whatever it is, patience to help that individual to be safe for themselves and be safe for those that they are around. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what caring is all about. Community care. I don't go out of my way to just not come with results. I go out of my way because I know that my daughter needs me and anyone else who is battling. Sometimes we go through, because of her condition, she may be in a episode that is very severe. We have phases that we go through, and I can tell when it's getting heightened to where her zero tolerance of rage is so high, so toxic, that I have to make sure no one is around, just so she can level back out and be in a zone of safety. I definitely know that my life had never been the same. One, like I said, experiencing my own depression, fighting for my life, of different things that I've gone through, but the life that my daughter lives is totally different from anything else I've seen. Now, don't get me wrong, she is very, very passionate about her art when she is focused. She's a great dancer. She's an awesome photographer. She's very gifted. And I try to encourage her to chime in on those things. She's able to draw. I have some of her art on my wall. It's beautiful, you guys. It is so beautiful. I try to do everything I can to redirect her. So what I'm finding out is we need more patience for our loved ones. Because one thing is for sure, when our time comes and we're not feeling well and can't do for ourselves, who's going to be there for us? Who? I'm definitely want to make sure my child has everything that she's needing to live a healthy life for herself, and what that looks like. I know with the economy going through such a harsh time, I also recognize that those who have children and they care for adults with disabilities or mental illness, that they are really going to have a hard time having resources. But I need for you all to understand that you need to search for services. Just because the economy is going through, there are some agencies that are open and that are available. You just have to research. I do my research. I try to get very ahead of it when things have shifted. And the mental health, the National Alliance on Mental Health is a great resource. The NAMI, they really, really, really very supportive on Facebook. If you have Facebook, please go on there and become a part of the community support. They're there for you. They're there for me. And it's good to have someone that you can talk to that can relate and be of assistance. Everything right now is telehealth. So be mindful of your services, and because it's a need. Mental Health America, they can help caregivers with their first step. You know, the stigma that mental health carries crosses many boundaries, including our socioeconomic status, racial and ethnic lines, and gender. You know, access to services can make the difference between a trajectory that is less challenging and one that is not. Investigate the following potential resources in your community. You need to have the best support system for you and your loved one. I went through a lot of agencies before I stuck with the provider that we have now. And it's not that the others wasn't supportive, they just couldn't fulfill the need. My daughter needed more professional care on another level. So with that being said, we needed more hands on deck pertaining to her condition. So a health center facility wasn't matching to the severity for her need. So we had to get with a higher network that could actually support us on this journey that we were going to be on throughout the duration of our life. I was hoping and praying that her condition would have leveled out and she wouldn't have to be still needing assistance as much. But now that she's an adult, reality sets in, and she will always need some real support in her life. And I have to be responsible to set that up for her, to keep them in place for her, for the sake of anything happens to me, where is she going? Who's going to be there for her? Who is your support system? So that is a touch on my series 2. I'm going to come right behind later on, and I am going to implement series 3. I don't want to get off track. I want to keep us, because it needs to be 7 days. So if I have said anything, please follow my podcast, Atari Estes. Please like, share, and comment with others. I'm about to be on a prowl on the podcast and looking for others who can relate to the stories and things that I'm going to be sharing. I want to be involved and be supportive to others who have great content on their podcast. My podcast I'm building out, so I'm really trying to find my way in creating stability, because I don't think I'm going to go away anytime soon. I enjoy sharing, I enjoy reaching out, and I enjoy engaging. And I'm hoping that I can have you all to say what you thought about today's series 2 and any other series that I have posted. Please share, leave your comments. Visit my website, ataraestes.com, which is spelled ATARAESTES.com. I would love for you to join my journey, my movement, and to help you with your own personal goals. If you like what you have heard, please say something. I would love to hear what you have to say pertaining to the podcast. It is always good to know that you are listening, and I'm not just sharing just to be sharing. I know the work that I do is quite different, but I do it because I love what I do. As a community health worker, nothing fulfills my heart more than servitude. That's just been me. I've taken blows in my life, and I've triumphed, and I know what it's like to not be without. Well, I know what it's like to be without, but now I fight to hold on to the things that means most to me. So care for one another. Stay focused. I continue to send blessings to you all. And until we meet again, be blessed.